The Amazing Spider-Man only just came out, but we've already got some news about the sequel.
Battlefront 3 footage has been released in the wild.
And we got some news on 2 upcoming future Marvel movies. What could they be? Spider-Woman? The Fantastic Five?
Whoa.
The Ghost Rider Vengeance Spirit?
That one came out already.
Shit.
Today is Friday, July 6th, 2012. Welcome to the next half of 2012.
Oh, God.
As we said, last week was our half-year episode, so here we go for the next half of the year. We've got a great episode for you guys. Lots of news. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm waving.
It's all downhill from here.
Before we begin, check out the links in the info to go to our Facebook, our Twitter, also links to everything we're going to talk about, as well as links to all of this week's reviews. We had a review of course, The Amazing Spider-Man, the Dodeca Pentathlon, which is the new film from the Duplass brothers, the Katy Perry 3D concert movie. I went to see it.
Oh, I bet you love it.
I reviewed it. Well, you'll have to find out, won't you? A really good video, I think it's a really good video, about the cuts from The Amazing Spider-Man that I think turned it into a whole different movie, and Savages. And the last thing I'll say before we begin is everyone's been asking when are the new shirts coming out, the new shirts that I designed, and all I can say is they will be released next week, and one of us is wearing a hint to the theme of the shirts.
Who could it be?
So let's get into this week's news. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's start off with movie news, as usual. First off, we're going to just get this out of the way because they're kind of quick little bits here. But we have some images released from 2 upcoming films. One is a short, one is a feature. The first is Elysium, which we talked about, is the upcoming film from Neil Blomkamp.
And, this one picture, it solidified me.
Yeah, it makes me excited. It actually looks, I think it looks pretty cool.
It's
just
got
looks like a robot,
it's
dude.
got that perfect District 9 feel.
Yeah, which not that it's supposed to be District 9 related, but
it's got the
Yeah.
feel. and
Yeah,
I'm
like that,
excited.
grit sci-fi.
a gritty
Yeah,
sci-fi.
gritty sci-fi. that's
Realistic,
what
gritty, it looks great. The other images are from something totally opposite, an animated film. It's a short film that's playing before Wreck-It Ralph.
And this
called
also looks great.
Paperman. And this does look great.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's hand-drawn, but with some CG elements.
I heard that it was actually CG, just made to look like hand-drawn.
That's a possibility.
But I think it's hand-drawn, though.
I don't know. It's either way, though. It's supposed to be hand-drawn. I don't know.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
It looks good. It doesn't matter.
Check it out. You'll see it with Wreck-It Ralph. Now let's move on to what I consider to be some big news about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, obviously, The Amazing Spider-Man just came out. Mike and I reviewed it. Jake was a loser.
I saw it.
Jake was a loser.
So definitely go check out the review if you want to know what we thought about it. But aside from that, we're not talking about that movie. We're talking about the sequel.
Oh.
Which, the first bit of news, there's 2 little things to talk about here. The first bit of news is
I'm
that
on the edge of my seat.
I think the writers said that the sequel is not going to have a big time gap. It's going to take place pretty soon after the events of the first. And I personally am all for
Yeah,
that.
okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of stuff like that. That's what I loved about the Saw movies, for example, is that for the most part they took place literally overlapping endings.
Yeah.
I just think that's really cool. It's like you wait all year to see the continuation of an immediate story.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the way they set it up, it has to.
Right,
be.
I'm not surprised at all because you couldn't go that long,
Yeah.
after what happened and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised, but I do think that's cool. The next thing we have to talk about is a bigger thing, and it is technically a spoilery thing.
Uh-oh.
If you haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man, we're going to talk about the post-credit scene. So wait until we all put our hands up like this and wave them like this.
This is the code word.
Yeah, and then you can unmute the video, but for now you can mute it.
You got that?
If you haven't seen it. So
Got it!
let's talk about it.
Up! That's the mute. That was good, right?
No.
So the post-credit scene, Dr. Kirk Connors, blocked away, guy appears out of the shadows, says some fidgety stuff,
Fidgety.
disappears.
Fidgety stuff.
That's it.
We assume, I don't know about you, me and Mike talked about it, it's Norman Osborn.
Yeah, it really can't be anyone else.
The only reason it wouldn't be is if the movie's just made poorly.
Yeah.
Because it's alluded that it's Norman Osborn. There's
Yeah.
nobody else it would be. But,
Yeah.
you hesitated, though. What do you think?
Well, no, I've seen a lot of other things,
Right.
but they're mostly dumb. A lot of people think that he teleported in there, and I'm like, no, he came out of
I
the
think
shadows.
people are taking it way too literally.
I'd
You know
say
what I
it's
mean?
Norman
It's like, I
Osborn.
don't think he vanished. If he was even there, it might have been in his head for all we know.
It's either Norman Osborn or maybe Peter Parker's dad.
No!
That doesn't
Because he
make
said,
any
did you
sense.
tell him about his father?
Which could be... okay.
So he's a weird schizo loser.
Maybe it's him.
Maybe it's Cliff Robertson.
Maybe Spider-Man is actually Spider-Man.
Maybe.
He
I think
takes
he's
off
gonna
his
be-
mask, and there's another Spider-Man.
He takes the Peter Parker mask off and there's a Spider-Man mask.
I am Spider-Man! I heard that Reese Fon said that That's not Norman Osborn.
Right. Apparently, Reese Ifans said that it's not Norman Osborn. And when Mark Webb was questioned about it recently, I watched an MTV News interview thing, and he was like, I can't talk about any of that. You see kind of a glimpse at somebody. If it's not Norman Osborn, then they have no idea who it is at this point. That's all. You know what I mean?
That's the only reason
they don't know who it is. If it's not Norman Osborn, then they don't even know who it is yet, and they're just gonna finagle it and pretend like they knew.
I know who it is. It's Uncle Ben's killer.
That would be hilarious.
Imagine he just comes out, he's like,
yeah. Did you tell the boy?
Did you tell the boy I killed him? I'm sorry.
Connors knows him. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't say, "Who are you,
Right,
mysterious
and it's
stranger?"
like, it's, you know, he's a shaky old man, I guess, sort of, and I think that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. He ironically sounds like Willem Dafoe, which is weird. And, I don't know. I mean, why would you introduce Electro like that? That's so bizarre. Like, does he travel by lightning? Is that something
No.
I was unaware of? I didn't know he did that, yeah. And then if it's Mysterio, it's like, what the... What?
Yeah, no.
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah. So the only thing that makes sense is Norman Osborn. If it's not in the sequel, if we find out it's not, then it was just
Poop on
BS.
us.
All right, so that's the end of the spoilers. Put your hands up so everybody knows. Wave them around. Put them up.
Spoilers are over! Spoilers are over!
Hi, Mom. Keeping with the Marvel news, we've got a quick little story. Some concept art was released. I guess it was released, right?
Yeah, I guess.
From Iron Man 3, and it basically shows Robert Downey Jr. Caught in the act
Whoa.
of putting
Yeah.
his costume, I was going to say,
it's
his
like,
armor on.
It confirms that he's using the extremist armor, which is
Would
technically...
you like to explain why? Because I don't know exactly why. So
Well, it's like the extremist armor is like nano
Right.
bots that like he can just like hit a button and then like his body will just suddenly become Iron Man.
So the fact that it's not all on him and it's like just kind of growing
yeah,
on his
it
body.
grows.
Okay.
It grows on him. Like that's what it is.
All right, that's fair enough. I think for the most part everybody was thinking it was that, but this
Yeah.
confirms it is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I feel like it's cool because it shows the design of the armor where they're going for this one. They only showed the legs and the gauntlet, but it really looks like it's going after like the bleeding edge look. You know what I mean?
Is that like an arc?
That's more of Andrew's job, but yeah,
Oh.
it's like a cool. It's more like organic, more rounded shapes on his body and everything,
Okay.
and it looks really cool.
Now, I'm looking forward to this movie actually because it seems like they're really trying to make it very different from the last
Yeah.
two, which you need to do.
Which is surprising.
So that's good. We'll have to keep an eye on that, of course.
So one of Marvel's far future movies coming out is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, we're not sure yet, but it's most likely going to be.
most likely.
Right.
And this is going to be a huge thing for the Avengers because, you know, Thanos and all that. You know, if you know Guardians of the Galaxy, you know what I'm saying.
Space.
But, yeah, space. A lot of space stuff. But apparently it's been pushed back a couple months to...
Right, from May to August 2014,
yeah,
which is actually not that far. That's only a year away. I'm sorry, 2 years away, which is
Yeah.
not that far off.
Yeah.
So, but the scope of this movie, it seems like they would have already had to be working on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, this is... They're
Weird.
going to have to make this movie a huge thing.
It's gonna be a hard sell.
Because it's intergalactic Avengers. Like, that's what it is.
But it's like, how do you sell that to a general public?
Yeah,
That's why they pushed it back, though, because Captain America 2, I think, comes out earlier that year.
Uh-huh.
Not on the 4th of July weekend, of course, because that would make too much sense. But the end of the summer, like August, is usually kind of where you push the stuff that you're not 100% sure about. So that makes sense, and that's why a lot of people are thinking this is definitely going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's a hard sell.
Yeah.
That's kind of the hard sell week. I mean, a month, year, whatever. And so it's looking like it's going to happen, so that's pretty
Cool.
crazy.
It's a hard sell for me, though. I mean,
I bet you do have a hard sell.
what?
And in the last bit of comic movie related news, we've got some more Marvel news about
more
their
Marvel.
upcoming short called Item 47. Now, if you don't remember, there were a couple of shorts that were made with Agent Coulson, and obviously there won't be any more of those.
Because he went on a vacation.
Right, he went on a vacation.
He's going to be
to
there for a long
farm.
time.
He's going to the farm. But they are not stopping doing these short films. Apparently, this is going to be a 12-minute short film. And I got to say, Marvel is very smart to be doing this because they can do a bunch of smaller characters and stuff
Yeah.
in short films that won't merit a full feature film, which is great.
Yeah, I like that.
This, though, is an original story, I think, as far as I know. And it stars Lizzie Kaplan. If you know her, you might like her, you might not like her. I don't know. I don't know if you'd know her
Tell
from
me, who
Mean
is she?
Girls. She's the funny friend from Mean Girls.
I didn't see Mean Girls,
Oh,
so.
all right, cool.
But apparently the story goes that she and I think her boyfriend, I guess in the movie, the character, find one of the guns left over from the war in the Avengers. They find it like under like in a
Oh, like
sewer.
one of the
thing,
alien guns?
like it
Like-
dropped in and nobody cleaned it up. You know what I
that's
mean?
pretty cool.
So they find it and they rob banks and stuff with it.
That's
I don't know
awesome.
where it goes from there, but I think that's genius.
That's
like,
cool.
That's
And
a
then-
great
and then
idea.
Iron Man comes and just
well,
destroys them.
we don't know about that, do
That'd
we?
be cool, though.
Maybe, because he'd be killing innocent people technically.
Well, they're not innocent because they're robbing banks.
Right, but it would be a little bit violent.
I'm pretty sure Iron Man does
Justice.
not murder civilians.
No, has he murdered anybody really
Yeah,
in the movies?
no.
But I think that's exciting news because it's just an interesting idea,
Yeah.
and like I said, I think that these short films from Marvel are a great idea, so good for you, Marvel. But seriously, release Captain America on the 4th of July weekend. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's a little silly.
So let's move on to some other movie news that doesn't have to do with comic books and stuff. However, it's still an adaptation because that's movies now.
We do now.
I'm kind of getting tired of this.
Well, it is what it is, and I have good things to say about this. The Oz the Great and Powerful teaser poster has been released. And, of course, if you don't know, this is Sam Raimi's Wizard of Oz-ish movie. I'm not sure exactly if I think it's a prequel, right? Yeah, about Oz.
It's like Wicked.
But it stars, well, it's about Oz. I don't know exactly what the deal is 100%, but James Franco plays Oz as far as I know, right? I think Mila Kunis is in it. It's kind of an odd cast.
Sounds wacky.
But it's Sam Raimi, and the teaser poster has been released. And I gotta say, I think it's an awesome teaser poster.
Yeah.
I just don't know why we're doing another Oz story. I mean, like,
Well,
really?
I mean, I don't know either, but aside from that, as far as the teaser poster goes, I love it because at least it doesn't show just an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything, it doesn't show any actors really, like a very tiny James Franco maybe, but it's a poster of the movie. Rather than everything we've been getting for the most part recently is just the
Character
actor.
posters, yeah.
And it's like, I don't care. This doesn't tell me anything about the movie just to see the actor that's the star of it.
Yeah.
This shows me a lot more. It's clearly
like, oh,
Wizard
cool.
of Oz.
What is
It's like
it? Yeah.
Wizard Acid Land.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what Sam Raimi's movie's probably going to be. But I gotta say, I'm really happy with this teaser poster, and it makes me interested in the movie, so we'll obviously be keeping an eye on that. So good news, Mike.
Oh, is it?
We're going to talk now about a film that's original. It's not an adaptation, but it's M. Night Shyamalan's next movie.
What a double-sided blade.
You mean double-edged sword? So we've got the plot of After Earth, which we've talked about before, which stars Will and Jaden Smith, I believe is his name, right? Is that the son's name? Yeah.
Willie Smith G.
Willie Smith Jr.
Jr. Willie Smith Jr.
The plot of After Earth, which is M. Night Shyamalan's next film, like I said, is as follows. In After Earth, 1,000 years after the cataclysmic events forced humanity's escape from Earth, Nova Prime has become mankind's new home. Legendary General Cypher Rage, played by Will Smith, returns from an extended tour of duty to
Cypher
his estranged
Rage?
family.
Cypher
Yeah.
Rage?
Okay, wait. Cypher Rage.
It sounds like a futuristic action hero. Like he's
is
gonna
so
put on
cool.
glasses and be like, Cypher Rage.
That maybe. But anyway, Cypher Rage returns from an extended tour of duty to his estranged family, ready to be a father to his 13-year-old son, Kitay, played by Jaden Smith. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. When an asteroid storm damages Cypher and Kitay's craft, they crash land on a now unfamiliar and dangerous Earth. As his father lies dying in the cockpit, Kitay must trek across the hostile terrain to recover their rescue beacon. His whole life, Kitay has wanted nothing more than to be a soldier like his father. Today, he gets his chance.
So Will Smith is gonna be like just laying down the whole movie. Right?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to
it's not
say,
gonna
but
be
what do
that
you
hard.
think, just based on that? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Where are they gonna go? I mean, like, I guess he's gonna have to fight monsters or something. Like,
I think it sounds very cool.
I think it sounds awesome.
There's a game that's like this that I played. It's called Enslaved. If you guys have played, and it's just like cool because they go through like jungleized, ruined New York City, and
That's
I just
cool.
picture like this, just a kid like wandering through like a ruined.
yeah,
It's like I Am Legend 2.
It should have some
Yeah.
pretty cool visuals.
Definitely. Now, here's the thing, though. Everybody immediately pooped all over this.
A
Why?
poop storm.
Because it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, why
Oh,
wouldn't
really?
you poop?
If this was released as the plot for Elysium, everyone would have shit their pants and thought it was awesome. So, you know, check yourself at the door, ladies and gentlemen, because this actually sounds cool. And to make it sound even cooler, M. Night Shyamalan didn't write it. He's just directing it, which is hugely important.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't this like a bad thing though? I thought he's better when he's writing and not-
Totally disagree. I actually think that his directing is great. I mean, I don't know about Last Airbender. I'm not seeing that. I don't know
Yeah,
what the heck
don't.
happened there. I
Do
don't
not.
know.
Do
I don't
not.
care either. But even it, like we talked about, The Happening had some cool elements to it. Just a goofy story, you know.
Yeah.
But it had some cool elements to it. All the suicides looked great. And so I'm really excited to see this movie. Honestly, I'm excited to see more of it. We'll have to see.
I need a trailer first.
Yeah, absolutely,
Lots
yeah.
of Will Smith going.
Woo! Woo! We're dying.
And in a small little story that I thought was kind of cute
Cute's a word to describe.
and worth mentioning, Tyler Perry of fame, I don't know, Medea fame, he said that he is working on his own sci-fi movie, and when he was talking about this, he
How
said
profound.
that he was disappointed by Prometheus, but I'm working on my own sci-fi movie, so don't you worry.
It's called Fat Black Woman in Space.
Give me that pen. Give me that pen. Give me that pen. Don't stop me. I'm
Here you go.
gonna kill myself.
Oh, all right. Well, nobody's gonna care about that.
No, let's let him do it.
I know.
That really
You didn't really do
It
it.
hurt.
But I thought that was pretty funny because it's like, oh, Tyler. Oh, Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. What?
I don't know what this sci-fi movie's all about. I will keep tabs on it though, out of curiosity.
Really?
Why not? I need a laugh. Ha.
Good for a couple laughs.
But yeah, that's Tyler Perry's upcoming project.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
And the last little movie-related bit of news that we're sharing with you guys this week is a really cool video that Slash Film shared, and I really thought it was worth telling you guys about and posting on our website and everything. There's a video from an IMAX theater of a guy who, I guess, runs the whole IMAX system there, showing you how they prepare for an IMAX movie, specifically The Dark Knight Rises. And you're not going to see anything from The Dark Knight Rises, don't get excited.
Yeah, no.
But it's really cool because he shows, they start setting up now, how the frame has to be a certain size and stuff. It's very cool. Unfortunately, the audio sucks, but apparently if you listen with headphones, it's a little better. I don't know. But definitely check out that video at the link in the info. It's really cool.
Really interesting.
Check it out.
Moving on, we've got one quick little bit of TV news. If you
boy.
haven't heard, there's a show coming to A&E called Bates Motel. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, Bates Motel, of course, is where Psycho took place. It's where Norman Bates works. It's where the infamous shower scene happens, all that jazz. And apparently, there's a TV show in the works from the producer of Lost, and it is going to be a prequel in a way. It's like chronicling him when he was younger, I
That
guess.
doesn't make any sense. How are you going to make a TV show about this? I mean, like, I'm not saying that the Psycho wasn't. I mean, it was great. Great movie and stuff like that. But like,
Where do you go?
Where do you
Before
go?
that?
Where do you go? I mean,
Not even from there, but before that.
It's not necessarily a great mythology. It's a great movie. It's like
Right.
there's just one little slip of time. It's like we
Right.
got this and this, beginning end.
I agree with you, but I will say that I'm slightly intrigued. Am I the only one at the table that's slightly intrigued? Yes? That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept that.
I'm a little less than slightly intrigued.
Okay, so you're a little less than slightly intrigued. You're not intrigued at all, but
Not
I am
at all.
actually intrigued. The first thing that will sell me on this, and I will actually watch it, is if it's black and white. I doubt that it will be, but if it is, I will give it a shot just because that is ballsy.
I will give that a shot.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but that would be really ballsy.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Now, I know there's not a major mythology or anything like that, but I think that Norman Bates, at least the way that he was portrayed, of course, in Psycho, is a very, very interesting character. Very, very interesting character. So, I could see this being an interesting show, but almost as just his own character. Like, I don't even see it really being... It could be somebody else, and it could be interesting, and they just put those names on it.
Yeah.
He was an interesting, great character for that 2 hours.
Right,
Like,
but
like-
I mean, but it's not like he just, became in that movie. Like, what brought him to that point? I don't know. There's some interesting stuff I feel like that could be explored.
Yeah, but that's why Alfred Hitchcock didn't do it. Like,
I guess, yeah, it's a possibility. But I don't know. All I'm saying is I feel like right now we're on like the precipice of whether or not it's going to be even slightly worth being interested in or just forget it. And I'm going to say if it's in black and white, I'm definitely giving it a shot. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But you guys let us know what you think.
All right, here we go. Video game news. The most exciting thing I thought this week was on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. Battlefront 3 footage popped up.
And now what is this?
Yeah, what is
Battlefront 3?
Battlefront 3 is a Star Wars game that was canceled in 2009.
Whoa.
People wanted it. People wanted it so bad.
So we're going ways back, okay.
Yeah, because 1 and 2 were excellent.
they were excellent for their time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When are they from? Like 2000s?
Like
early
the
2000s?
their early GameCube era.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And now this guy, this YouTuber, just released an hour of like pre-alpha, which is like early code of the game, and it looks buggy, it looks crappy. A lot of the stuff is placeholder, but the fact is that there's footage of the game, and that's really cool.
That's
and it's
pretty interesting. Where did that come from?
It's so upsetting. That's what I'm trying to figure out. There's
What's
not
upsetting
really,
about it?
It's upsetting because it's canned. Like, it's been canned, and like...
But it looks good?
I thought you were saying that it's coming back.
No.
It's not.
Oh,
This is footage of a game that's not happening.
all
Yeah,
right,
this
all
is
right.
remnants of
yeah.
the past.
So that's
Okay.
interesting.
It's just a shame because, LucasArts could have made so much money because this is the coolest thing.
They need it.
I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, so let us know what you think of it because it looks pretty cool. You can be Boba Fett, you can be IG-88 and stuff, and that's cool for Star Wars nerds. I think we talk about a new HD remake like every...
Yeah.
We should just have a
single week.
segment by now.
HD
yeah.
remake. Like
Nothing
comes up.
happened. Nothing came up.
Okay. Knights is a game from Sega Saturn.
Sega's a really weird.
It was so
Saturn.
weird, right?
Yeah.
I never heard of
Okay.
it. What is it? Very basically.
I can't. You
Oh.
fly around.
Okay, you
All right, I'm sold.
You start out as this little dude or a little girl, and you walk around and you find something, and he goes, ah! and then he turns into like this purpley.
You're like a purple
guy.
wizard. You're like a purple
Like a
wizard.
jestery
thing.
wizard, yeah.
And it's like you fly around Dream World.
You like collect rings or something? I don't even.
There's
know.
really no like plot or anything tonight. Like, I played the first level and I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, what the hell? Like, this isn't a game.
It's a dream.
I've been tricked. And I've never played. I didn't play it ever again. And I threw my Sega Saturn out because there was nothing on that system. So,
Yeah.
This is just becoming like a personal story now.
fuck you, Sega.
Is that a Mike's opinion?
Go ahead,
Corey?
go ahead.
Shit. Yeah, so that's cool. It's going to come out for PSN, Xbox, and PC.
Oh, so I can play this thing.
Yeah.
Xbox Marketplace, you mean like a
Yeah.
download? Okay,
Yes.
I'll have to give this a shot. I'm curious.
I'm really interested to see how this is gonna hold up because, like, I mean, I bet that was cool for its time.
Well,
Like,
you weren't
who
doing
knows,
acid back then, though. Now,
Yeah,
and now you're notorious for
yeah,
that. So
I am
Yeah.
an acid fiend.
I want to see like with the remastered sound now, like that it's probably going to have. Because when we played it when we were kids, there was this one part when you're the little boy and you transform into the thing. When you get the power up, he goes, "A peanut!" like that, like really loud. And that's what we thought he always said, "A peanut!" But he couldn't possibly be saying "a peanut" and turn into
What
this
did he really
wizard.
say?
Who knows? We'll find out maybe
What the hell?
when the game gets released. Quick hardware news. An FCC filing has shown that we're probably going to get another PS3, a slimmer one.
Why?
do you think many people that have the PS3 are really concerned? They look at it and they're like, I could fit so much more on that shelf. Boy, if only that PS3 was a little bit slimmer, I could fit so much more on that shelf.
Like the PS3 Slim right now is like it's pretty slim. It's,
Yeah.
like, it's pretty
Oh, yeah.
small.
What's it going to be called? The Slimmer?
PS3
Slim
Slim
again.
Yeah.
Slim again.
PS3 Slim 2.
Oh my god. That's just odd. That seems like
It's
a
gonna be
weird
like a
thing.
piece of
Weird.
paper.
Yeah, well, that would be mind blowing. That's a different story.
So FCC filings usually can be trusted, but it's still kind of weird. But we'll see at Gamescom, which it'll probably be announced at, like the regular PS3 Slim was. I'm really pissed too because I got the PS3 Slim and I thought I was like all ahead of the curve and I had the new one.
Nope.
But you're just a
I'm
jackass.
just a loser.
You're just an asshole, Jake.
There's been a lot going on with the next Xbox. Microsoft has been running around trying to gather up domains and stuff, and they had kind of like a legal thing trying to fight to get a domain from a
Somebody
from
owned it, right?
Like like some guy in China, and they all kind of revolve around the phrase Xbox 8.
Now, how
So-
many Xboxes have there been? Just help me out here.
There's been 7,
Yeah, how many have there been? 3?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Xbox 360, and then maybe like a newer version of the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
if even? Okay. Okay, so
I mean,
explain what this means to me.
Well, I mean, you would know this. Like the company, like what they said to this, they're just saying we're just buying up domain names. We just want to have these domain names just in case if we ever need them, we got them.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I do understand what you're saying because I do that very often myself. But why Xbox 8 specifically, though? Why?
Maybe it's supposed to be Xbox Infinity.
Oh, and
Oh,
Like,
imagine that.
Turn the 8.
that's actually not a bad idea.
That's
That's,
smart.
a good.
I didn't
Hey,
think of that.
hey, pal.
Hey, all right.
All
I
right.
figured it out. I figured it out.
It's probably Windows 8 related, like the Windows Phone 8.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Like software related.
yeah.
Oh, that makes
so-
a lot more sense.
It does. Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
But
Yeah.
Xbox 8 is going to confuse a lot of people.
Yeah, I doubt that's what it'll be called. That's really bizarre.
Yeah, so who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
Video
knows?
games. The end. Video games. Now a commercial break.
Jake.
I did it.
Welcome back to Pretty Much It. Now we're going to talk about all of the trailers that were released this week, starting off with 2 that we missed last week that were released after we did the episode, but before it was released. And they are for Red Hook Summer, which is the new Spike Lee film, and also one for The Sessions, which I did not see. It was actually called something else at Sundance, and I did not see it, but I heard great things, and apparently this one may be an Oscar contender, so keep your eyes on that. Now, getting into trailers that we're going to talk about a little bit more, starting off with Jack Reacher.
Remember, you wanted this.
As this trailer played, we first saw it with The Amazing Spider-Man, right? I gotta say, it was
Together.
an exciting trailer to watch, but the first thing I said right away was, what is this, Drive 2?
It looks like Tom Cruise is just being a badass.
Right, and I
like,
know that this
yeah.
is based on a series of books. I think it's like 18 books or something like that. I don't
Jesus.
know. But I think they were called One Shot, the book series. I'm not sure. But I guess they're good. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But I gotta say, this trailer is great. It's
is
a great.
good.
It's a teaser trailer, but it is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
Say what you will about Tom Cruise, like even I think he's a psycho. But I think he's like one of the best actors ever.
Right, you know, watching this trailer actually made me think Tom Cruise, you know, like 100 years from now, the way we look back on classic old actors, he's going to be one of those. They're going to look back and be like, wow, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And what do you want to say about that? It's the same as it used to be when you had like your silver screen heroes. He's totally one of them. So I got to say, just the trailer alone has made me somewhat interested in seeing it.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not just me. I thought it was just going to be just me.
Next up is the trailer for, spooky, The Tall Man. If you watch this trailer and you thought, is this Slender Man? You're right. Yeah, they're totally ripping off Slender Man, which was only created a few years ago, right?
Yeah,
it's not like it's an old story that they like made up a new story about.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like it's kind of like free game though, because it didn't belong to one person.
Right.
Say, like, I've got an idea.
Right.
It was like
a concept.
It was a concept that was like made from multiple people on like a forum.
Right.
And,
right.
like,
I think on the what forum
something
was it?
awful.
Something awful. Okay.
And it was just like make up your own like mythological.
Right. And so technically, it is fair game. You're right. However, I feel like maybe enough people actually, probably nobody knows about it now that I think about it in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, like
we know about it. He doesn't even know about it. This goon. You know Marble Hornets, don't you?
What?
Marble Hornets.
Who was that? Who are you?
What an absolute loser. But yeah, now that I think about it, the amount of people that know what Slender Man really is actually pretty small in the grand scheme of everybody. So I guess nobody will really know.
It's like he's not even a developed character.
No, not
it's
even.
Just like he's a tall monster.
And I gotta say, I've actually seen this movie, The Tall Man. I saw it at South by Southwest, I think. First of all, just ignore it.
Oh, really?
Second
Yeah.
of all, it's not like Slender Man at all. It's just kind of, they make it look like that.
I thought the trailer did a good job of making it not look very typical.
Well, then that's a really, really good trailer.
I thought it looked really cheesy.
It is. It's pretty bad. The next trailer is for an upcoming, I guess it's a Nickelodeon movie, right?
Yep.
Called Fun Size.
This sucks. I can't believe we're missing the party. It's Aaron. A smiley face emoticon? That seals the deal, Ren. That is how love works. Where's Albert? Albert! Albert! Albert!
My mom is gonna kill me.
I got a lot to say about this one.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, like, what kind of messed up world is this? Like,
What?
what? Who is this movie for? Because it takes place in high school. It's like one of those high school crazy party movies.
Right.
But it's so like
Little kiddy
that high schoolers aren't going to be watching it. We know little kids.
Little kids won't be allowed to watch it.
But then it has humping and sex jokes in it.
Yeah, I don't really know what the idea of this is.
Looks like this movie was just made for no one.
I will see this just because I'm seeing every movie of the year. So right off the bat, that's the obvious thing. I guess that goes for any movie. But I'm a sucker for anything Halloween themed. I can't help it.
Oh yeah,
it's Halloween themed.
That little kid, the little Spider-Man kid.
Yeah,
was kind of funny.
So there you go. But it's very odd. I don't really know yet who this is for.
Yeah,
it's weird. Very weird. And the next trailer is Compliance.
I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to do my job.
Calm down for me, okay? You don't realize what kind of trouble you're in. We need to find the money, but I'll need your help till I can get down there. We really have two choices here.
He's saying he will have to take you to jail.
Or what we could do is have you strip search her right now.
I could strip search you here.
No.
Now, I saw this movie at Sundance. No, South by Southwest 2012. But basically, this movie is based on true story. I'm sure, as you saw, it's the story of the guy prank calls up like a McDonald's, and the girl is forced to like take her clothes off and this and that and blah 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 because the person thinks they're talking to a police officer and they don't think to themselves like, well, this seems a little weird. They're like, it's a cop.
Yeah.
Well, it's a true story.
I
That's
know.
the thing.
That whole story always caught me the wrong way.
Well, it's happened actually like hundreds of times, which is really sad.
I'm about to try it.
Like,
It's
what is the other person on the other end of the phone like getting out of this? Like, take your clothes off.
just a weird. Well,
she's totally naked on the other
dude,
side.
I don't even know what she looks like.
you never know. People are weird. People are weird. So I'm not surprised. I guess I'm more surprised by the fact that people actually listen. Like I would just be like, show up here and I'll do it. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna listen to you over the phone. That's stupid. So I don't know. It's an odd story, an equally odd movie. And the last little thing we'll talk about really is Electric City, which is a web series, actually, that's going to be on Yahoo. Apparently, when it's all done, it'll be 90 minutes long, but it's with Tom Hanks.
Interesting.
Which is kind of interesting. There was a little promo released for it. And also, I just remembered one other thing that you wanted to mention is...
What? The animation?
Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 3D, and it looks so cool because I like Cirque du Soleil.
What's the point of seeing this though?
If you can't make it out to the show,
If you're
I would
poor,
say.
if
yeah,
you're
but it's like
poor,
seeing a show and all that happen. Like, the only reason you're going is to see it happen.
Well,
like, I could
in your
watch
face,
Cirque du Soleil on my laptop. Like,
Right.
I'd go on YouTube, Cirque du Soleil, and there you go.
But now
Right,
it's
but this is in
James
3D and filmed
Cameron-ified.
correctly, and James Cameron is doing it and everything. So I feel like, honestly, I haven't made it out to a Cirque du Soleil show. You have.
I'm rich, yeah, so.
Okay, but I have not made it to one, so I actually will probably go see this. Not that I'm gonna substitute it for a Cirque du Soleil show. One day I will.
No, but it looks like fun.
But I saw it in 3D. I saw the trailer in 3D, and it looked pretty good, so that's cool. And the other trailers released this week were for Why Stop Now, The Silver Linings Playbook, The Awakening, The In-Betweeners, and I guess the new trailer for Iron Sky, which has been out internationally for a long
it has?
time.
I
Yeah,
missed this?
it's been out for a
How did
while.
I miss this?
Internationally.
How did I freaking miss this
I don't
movie?
know.
Are you kidding me?
So that's it for new stuff we've got for you this week. Like I said, kind of an exciting week. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, so that was good. That definitely made up for the last couple of weeks of not much. But let's move
Why'd
on
you
to the
point
poll.
at me when you said not much?
Because, you know. So let's move on to the poll. The poll question last week was, who would you like to see play Van Helsing? Now, right off the bat, apparently, we missed a little tidbit of information. Ironically, Tom Cruise, it seems, has already been cast as Van
Really?
Helsing, which
I don't care about this movie at all now.
I don't care anymore either, because as much as, like I said earlier,
Yeah,
like,
he's
you
a
know,
good actor,
we can
but that's-
respect the fact that Tom Cruise is like a big actor, a good actor, whatever. This doesn't
Miscast.
fit at
Yeah.
all for Van Helsing, in my
No.
opinion. So I'm already not excited anymore if that's the case.
Yeah.
But we did ask the question, and people answered, and the number one choice was Jake.
Yes. Awesome.
So do you accept this, or will you do the part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. And that's the only answer that matters, really, because the other answer, I think, the
Matter.
next one was Hugh Jackman, for God's sake. I hate you guys.
To have me right next to
I hate
Hugh
you all so
Jackman?
much. No,
Yes.
that doesn't count. But somebody did actually suggest Michael Fassbender, and I was like, oh, Michael Fassbender could work as anything, so that's fine. But yeah, that was a bum poll because Tom Cruise has already been cast anyway, so what's the point? And obviously the number one choice was just
Yeah,
stupid,
bum
so-
poll because I won.
Yeah, stupid. And this week's poll question is, who would you like to see as the villain in The Amazing Spider-Man? Now, it's very important to stress, not who do you think will be the villain based on the last movie, but who do you want to be the villain? So you could pick from any villains.
Batman.
Well, maybe not Batman so much, because he's, A, not a villain, B, he's specifically a
Stop it! Stop it!
He's also DC. But let us know what you think by clicking the link down in the info to go to the poll on our Facebook page. And of course, while you're over there, please do like us on Facebook. Thank you very much if you do. And the giveaway winner this week, I wasn't able to pick a winner yet, but their name just popped up here. Woohoo!
Whoa.
If you are the winner, please contact us on Facebook. Click the little message button on our Facebook page, and we will verify that you're the actual person that won. And that's all we got for you this week. What an exciting little week of news. Lots of fun stuff, good stuff, bad stuff. But let us know what you're thinking of all the different topics this week.
Video games.
Okay, or movies.
Or movies.
Or TV.
TV show.
No,
Anything.
TV. Movies.
Anything, I would say. Really. You know,
Anything?
mixed bag.
Anything?
Pretty much anything, yeah.
Pretty much it. And it ends. That'd be good, right?